Okay, so today I'm making cheesy chicken roll-up bake, I guess you could say. This recipe is from my mom from when, oh my gosh, I was so young. It was my favorite meal that she ever made. It's so good. I'm really hoping it turns out good. All I did that's different is for the dough, instead of crescent rolls, which she used to use crescent rolls, you could use reduced fat crescent rolls if you wanted to. It would just up the points, I think, a little bit. But I'm going to use 2 ingredient dough. So all you're going to need is some fat-free cheddar, some shredded chicken. I'm using this Healthy Request cream of chicken. Someone told me that this is lower points than the 98% fat-free, so I was kind of excited about that. So I'm going to use this. And then you need 1/2 cup of self-rising flour, 1/2 cup of Fage 0% yogurt for the dough. Put a little salt in there, and that's literally all you need, just a little pot and a baking dish, and I'll show you guys what to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get my dough ready. I have 1/2 cup of self-rising flour and 1/2 cup of 0% Greek yogurt with a little pinch of salt. And then I just use a rubber spatula and just mix it all together like this until the yogurt is as much incorporated with the flour as possible. My son is crying. I'm not sure what happened. Pause. What happened? Oh, you're okay. So you just keep mixing it until it gets like all nice and crumbly, and then I'll form it into a ball. So this is like how you want it. Weston. So there's not like a ton of like loose flour, it's just mostly crumbles of the yogurt and flour mixture. So I'll show you what to do next. So I just dump it on my counter and just form it into a ball with my hands until it's all combined. This is pretty crumbly. I should have added more yogurt. I must have added not enough yogurt, but it's okay. Just gotta keep working it and it'll all incorporate.
Some waffles.
You want waffles?
It's snowing.
Snowing? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just roll out my dough. Weston, come on. He's being crazy. I'm just gonna roll out my dough into one long piece. No, put it back.
I know.
And I'm gonna roll it pretty thin. I mean, not super thin, but I don't want it to be really thick. So I think this is good right here. And then I'm just going to cut it into equal pieces. I'm going to trim off this edging real quick just to get it more even. Okay, so I just trimmed off the edges just to get it more even, so I'll leave this to the side. And then I'm going to kind of measure out where I want to cut it before I actually cut it. So I'm thinking down the middle. I kind of want it to be like crescent. I'm really bad at this. So let's do like this way. This way.
I've never made crescents out of
Okay, good enough. So I will break those apart and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so that piece that I cut off to even it out, I kind of just took that, rolled it up, and rolled it out to make another one. So I'm just going to start by taking one of the pieces, hopefully you can see this, and just get some chicken. And I don't measure out the chicken. I'm just going to take a pinch of cheese. I'm not like super picky about it. And it's okay if you make a mess. These are smaller than the ones my mom used to make, but it's okay. It's going to make more. So there we go. Just roll it into a little crescent and then put it in the baking dish off to the side, and I'll show you what to do with that later. So I'm just going to repeat that with all of these. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you're really weird about like measuring things out perfectly, you can, you know, do a tablespoon or however much cheese. But I measured out 1.5 cups of cheese in here. So I'm just gonna use it for these, and then the rest of the cheese that's there is gonna go for the sauce. So I'll show you that when the time comes. But I'm just gonna finish these up, and then I will show you how to make the sauce. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take the cream of chicken soup, and I'm going to dump it in this pot. Okay, and then I'm going to take the rest of the cheese that is left and put that in there. And then I'm going to fill like maybe up to here, maybe like 1/3 of the can with some water, and put the water in here as well. Okay, now I'm just going to mix that around and wait for it to melt. And you can also use milk if you have milk. I would have used the Kroger Carb Master milk. I just didn't have any. I might add more water, depends how thick this gets. This is my first time using the Healthy Request. I normally use the 98% fat free, and I can tell that this is a lot thicker. So I don't know if that means anything, but that's just... So I already can tell it's a little too thick, so I'm gonna add more water. So remember, this is the first time that I'm making this this way. You know, my mom has a different recipe, so I'm kind of just trying to adjust. Like the I can already tell you I would have made these bigger next time. They're pretty small. Next time I'm gonna make less of them, but still I'm really excited to try them. So I'm just gonna let this cheese melt, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the sauce is done. This is like the kind of consistency that I want. You can add more water if you want. I did add a little bit more, just to whatever your consistency, whatever you like. So what I'm going to do is take the pot and pour some of the sauce into the bottom. Not all of it though. And he wants us. You want a sandwich? Okay. Just kind of like, I can't do it with one hand, but you know, get all of the, here, I'll do it with the spoon. Get all the sauce on the bottom. And then, okay, I'll get you a sandwich in a second, okay?
Okay, I'll give you a sandwich.
Okay, hold on. And then you place the roll-ups right in there. So once these are all in here, I'm gonna bake this at 375 for, look how small that one is. I got the measurements off, but that's okay. Next time I'll do it better. 375 for, I'm gonna try like 25 minutes and go from there. And I'll let you guys know. I'm actually going to pour a little bit more of the sauce in here. And then the rest of the sauce I'll use like at the end to put on top of the rolls. Okay, I'm going to put it in and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take 5 Like I said, these are really small, so I'm gonna have to put this down. They're really small, so 5 of them are, dang, what, I have to look. I think 5 of them are 5 points. So I'm going to just take 5. So next time I would definitely probably make them bigger. And then also I can tell I should have sprayed some Pam on the bottom because the dough is a little stuck, but that's okay. And then what I'm gonna do is just take a little bit of the extra sauce that I had just kept warm and drizzle that over. And the rest will be for my husband. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I'm so excited. And I'm making peas, some frozen peas right now in the microwave, so I'll show you my, okay, this is my finished plate. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This whole thing is 5 points for the whole plate. I just tried a little bite of one and it's so good. I cannot wait to eat this. Let me know if you guys try it, and always tag me on Instagram or wherever you post. And I actually have a hashtag, Felicia's Foodies, so I'll put that on the screen. I don't know if it's Felicia's or Felicia Foodies, I don't know, but that way I can see everyone's recipes and stuff. So let me know if you give this one a try, and I will see you guys in my next video.